In today's video I am going to show you a live trade situation in the euro-dollar 15-minute that mixes the fractal flow strategy with a vague notion of the market maker strategy that is yet to come. The hallmark of this trade example is the multiple convergence of techniques to one single candlestick. Before we move on to the analysis, don't forget to click the like button if you want to support the channel. At the left side of the chart we have two major observations about this market. The first one is that we can see what appears to be a minor flow going downwards with the creation of lower highs and lower lows as it is marked by the large black arrow. The other special observation is the first small red arrow pointing down, which marks a fractal candle that is in some ways similar to the opposite fractal candle we are going to analyze for the trigger of the trade you see on the chart. This first fractal candle down serves the purpose of creating a deeper market depth at the opening of the candle because it represents a point of ignition of supply in the market. The upper tail of the candle poked a few highs, which can be interpreted as a manipulation of some sort, and perhaps most importantly, the volatility of this candle is clearly higher than its previous candles. The overall notion here is that this candle is a clear sign that we have a market going down, and indeed we had one afterwards. The idea that we had a candle like this followed by a downward market serves also as a confirmation element to what happens later in this market, which is almost the reverse situation. Observe that at the bottom of the chart, price action starts to go sideways. This is often the indication that the trend is losing its sustaining momentum at least temporarily. The two key elements for the trigger of the trade you see opened in the chart are in the second red arrow and in the green arrow in the lower portion of this chart. The second red arrow indicates a fractal candle down that was formed after price precisely met the last minor high of the market. This fractal candle also happened to be an outside candle. For all intents and purposes, this would be a sell signal. However, a few candles after, we have a much larger fractal candle pointing in the opposite direction, which is marked by the green arrow. The key here is analyzing this candle under the four different angles of price action analysis in the candlestick level. Notice that we have a sudden increase in volatility. We also have an outside candlestick that happens to be bullish. The lower tail of this fractal candle implies that large traders used the lowest low on this chart as a tipping point to trigger retail traders. Immediately after, these large traders assumed larger positions to the opposite side, and this candle was formed. Interestingly enough, you could analyze this manipulation in the light of the fractal candle alone. If we compare the two opposite fractal candles at the lower portion of this chart, we can clearly see which one of them is the most powerful. This last candle marked by the green arrow served as a trigger to open a long position in the opening of the very next candle. Fractal candles are used as objective tools to close the subjective contexts and take precise action in the chart. The stop loss of this trade was logically placed a few pips below the low of the fractal candle, which represents a certain degree of safety if we are correct about the attributes of this candlestick, and the target was placed at the supply zone identified in the fractal candle in the upper portion of the chart. That is a level where major sellers might show up again due to market memory. The stop loss is 18 pips wide and the take profit is 58 pips wide, which gives us a good 1 to 3.2 risk-reward ratio. Let's see how the market responds. As you can see here, the market successfully hit the target we have defined, and our analysis was correct. If you want to learn how to analyze the market like this and achieve precise entry and exit points like you saw in this video, check out the fractal flow strategy in our strategy store or send us an email if you have questions. Hopefully you were able to extract some useful information with this video. If you like the work I do in the channel, don't forget to support it by clicking the like button, subscribing, and leaving your feedback below. Thank you for watching.